Can you help me understand a little something? What is the beef between Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan? This feud has been going on for a very long time. I've seen it back and forth.
Yep.
I mean, I still don't understand what the beef is about.
Reportedly, allegedly, Isiah was the lead that froze Jordan out in his first All-Star game.
Huh?
That's what the reports were. Then, when the Bulls finally took down the Pistons, they rushed off the court. They didn't shake Jordan's hand.
Okay.
Jordan then, in turn, it is reported, I think Sam Smith wrote in the book that Jordan agreed to be on the Dream Team as long as Isiah wasn't on the team.
Okay.
Well, the biggest star in the world was Michael Jordan. You want him on the team.
Right.
Isiah deserved to be on the team. Isiah is a better point guard than John Stockton. So they've been going at it ever since.
Well, that's petty.
And it doesn't seem that it's ending anytime soon.
Picture this for a second. You're a two-time NBA champion. You won Finals MVP on the biggest stage. You led one of the most feared dynasties basketball has ever seen. You're in the Hall of Fame, your jersey retired, your name cemented among the greatest point guards in NBA history. For most players, that's more than enough. That's a lifetime of validation. But for Isiah Thomas, something still doesn't sit right. Because no matter how much he accomplished, no matter how many banners he helped raise, his career has always carried a quiet asterisk, a feeling that something vital is missing. And that's why, more than 30 years after retirement, Michael Jordan's name still comes out of his mouth with tension behind it. This isn't your typical NBA beef. This isn't about trash talk, rings, or stats. This is a Cold War, one that never ended, never healed, and never got closure. Shannon Sharpe recently peeled back the layers of this feud, and what his breakdown reveals goes far beyond basketball. It exposes how power works in sports, how legacies get shaped behind closed doors, and how even the greatest players can be left feeling robbed when history doesn't include them where it should. Because sometimes, what haunts athletes the most isn't what they failed to achieve. It's what they believe was taken from them.
Control.
Isiah said until he gives me an apology, it ain't never gonna end.
Well, you know, I don't think Mike's going to be the one to apologize. Mike probably
I can't apologize for Ish. I just told I sure hope he ain't waiting on that.
Well,
I sure hope he ain't waiting on that apology.
Hey, it's a weird feud, but it's one-sided though. Because I ain't heard Mike say nothing. I doubt
Mike ain't gonna say nothing. Not publicly.
Right.
When Isiah Thomas appeared on Running It Back, the conversation eventually drifted toward the GOAT debate. But instead of the usual recycled arguments, Thomas went somewhere deeper and darker. He questioned why modern players constantly look backward, praising Michael Jordan, while seemingly refusing to fully acknowledge the greatness of LeBron James, a player who dominates nearly every statistical category the league tracks. Then he delivered the line that instantly set social media on fire. When y'all talk about the greatest, y'all talk about the guy that gave you some shoes. That wasn't subtle. That wasn't accidental. That was frustration spilling out. And everyone watching knew exactly who that was for. When Shannon Sharpe addressed the comment on his show, his co-host asked the question fans have wondered about for decades. What really happened between Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan? Sharpe isn't guessing. He knows Isiah personally. They're friends. He spent time with him on and off camera. And that's why his explanation carried real weight. According to Sharpe, the tension traces all the way back to 1985, Jordan's very first All-Star game. Jordan entered the league as the new phenomenon, flashy, electric, and already being crowned the future of basketball. Meanwhile, Isiah Thomas was already established, already a leader, already running the Detroit Pistons. And according to long-standing reports, Thomas allegedly helped organize what later became known as the All-Star Game freeze-out. The plan was ruthless in its simplicity. Don't pass the rookie the ball. Let him struggle. Embarrass him on the league's biggest stage. Jordan finished that game with 7 points in 22 minutes. Whether the freeze-out happened exactly as described almost doesn't matter because Jordan believed it did. And once Jordan believed it, everything changed. What followed was one of the most brutal playoff rivalries in NBA history. The Pistons eliminated Jordan's Bulls. 3 consecutive years, using a physical, punishing style of play specifically designed to wear him down. They called it the Jordan Rules, a defensive scheme so aggressive that today's NBA would hand out suspensions for it. And Isiah Thomas wasn't just part of it, he led it. He was the floor general. The emotional engine. The face of Detroit's defiance. But the moment that crossed the line from rivalry into something personal came in 1991. The Bulls finally broke through and swept the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. With 7.9 seconds left in the final game, Isiah Thomas led the entire Pistons team off the court, no handshakes, no acknowledgement, no respect. That image played on every sports network. Jordan never forgot it. And according to Sharpe, that single moment sealed what happened next.
In Stockton.
That's the only thing that's missing on his resume. Is that Olympic, that dream team, and he knows he's supposed to have been on that team.
But that doesn't take away from everything he's accomplished, huh? It doesn't.
When they talk about Ocho, they talk about the dream. You got the Redeem Team 1, you got the Redeem Team 2,
right?
But everything spurs off the Dream Team,
right?
He's not a part of that.
The 1992 Olympics were approaching. This wasn't just another international tournament. This was history in the making, the NBA's first official Dream Team, a roster so stacked it would redefine basketball around the world. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan at the peak of his powers. Isiah Thomas was still one of the best point guards alive. 2 championships. Finals MVP. Elite leadership. There was no basketball justification to leave him off the team. None. But according to reports Sharpe referenced, Michael Jordan made his stance unmistakably clear. If Isiah is on the team, I'm not. USA Basketball faced an impossible decision: choose the most dominant star the sport had ever seen, or Isiah Thomas. They chose Jordan. John Stockton got the roster spot, even though Sharpe openly said what many fans believe to this day: Isiah Thomas was the better point guard. And that's where the wound became permanent. Sharpe explained why this still eats at Thomas decades later. Look at what Isiah accomplished. 2 NBA championships. Finals MVP. NCAA championship. Hall of Fame induction. One of the greatest leaders the league has ever seen. That's a dream resume. But one thing is missing, and it's not minor. No Olympic gold. No Dream Team legacy. Thomas missed the 1980 Olympics due to the US boycott. 1992 was supposed to be redemption. Instead, it became exclusion. And when people talk about USA Basketball, everything starts and ends with the 1992 Dream Team. It wasn't just a team, it was a cultural moment that changed global basketball forever. Isiah Thomas is nowhere in that story. Not in the documentaries. Not in the highlight reels. Not in the nostalgia. Not because he wasn't good enough, but because Michael Jordan said no. When asked whether an apology from Jordan would bring Isiah peace, Sharpe's response cut deep. An apology wouldn't rewrite history, but it would acknowledge that what happened wasn't basketball. It was personal. And that apology is never coming. Jordan has never addressed it. Never explained it. Never engaged. His silence carries power, making Isiah look stuck, while Jordan appears untouched. Sharpe even joked that waiting on that apology is pointless, it's as likely as Jordan admitting someone else is the GOAT. Still, Sharpe made one thing clear: he understands Isiah. He believes the exclusion was unjust. He believes Isiah deserved to be there. But he also believes that holding on to that anger only hurts the one carrying it. This story exposes a harsh truth about sports legacies. Winning doesn't guarantee peace. Greatness doesn't guarantee closure. And sometimes, the thing that haunts you most isn't what you failed to earn, it's what someone with more power took away. Isiah Thomas looks at his career and sees everything he did right. But he also sees the one photo he should be in and isn't. And he knows why. Michael Jordan said no. And nobody was willing to tell Michael Jordan no. That's why this feud still exists. That's why Isiah keeps talking. And that's why Jordan's silence proves who really won.